Can you believe it's been 10 years since Life is Strange launched in 2015? The game has since turned into one of Square Enix's biggest franchises. A prequel game dropped in 2017 called Before the Storm, with Life is Strange 2 releasing in 2018 to 2019, an all new cast of characters with a release schedule that was less than ideal. After that, the original developers, Donut Entertainment, were no longer in charge of the franchise. Instead, Deck 9 would lead development, who did a decent job on Before the Storm. The team's first original game was True Colors, releasing in 2021 with yet another all-new cast of characters, but acting like a soft reboot for the series. Also, the game would drop all 5 episodes in one package, no waiting for weeks or months between episodes. The most recent Life is Strange game, Double Exposure, follows up on Max Caulfield after the events of the original game. Players all around the world continue to play and discover this graphic adventure series. The Life is Strange universe also lives in comic books, expanding upon existing characters. Notably, what happens after Max saves Chloe?
I've been a fan of the Life is Strange series since 2017. I bought the original game on Steam for $5 and marathoned through all 5 episodes that same day. It's an unforgettable experience. I still have the original recording files from that session, June 26, 2017. I will continue to follow the series throughout the years and review every single game for the channel. I haven't replayed any of them though, including the original.
To celebrate 10 years of Life is Strange, I dove back into the 2015 original to relive it once more. It's the game people are attached to the most, and for good reason. Not just because it's the first game, but the world here is special and tells a story that is unmatched by any future Life is Strange title. While I do like most of the later releases, nothing has topped Life is Strange 2015 as the best game in the series. For this revisit, I decided to play the remastered collection that was released in 2022. It comes with both Life is Strange 2015 and Before the Storm with enhanced visuals and better lip syncing. I played it on the Nintendo Switch because it's the only way to purchase the collection physically. PlayStation and Xbox only have it digitally with no retail version. Most third-party games run poorly on the Switch, and this collection is no different. It looks just as good as the original did on Steam, with longer loading times and passable performance. The worst part about the Switch port is the game freezes during episode 5. When time starts inverting on itself, after you're trapped in the snow globe, the game teleports you into the dark room. A few seconds later, the game crashes. I found on Reddit that if you take the Switch into handheld mode, you can make it to the next cutscene before going back to dock mode. The trick worked, but why is this bug still in the game? On the bright side, the lip syncing issue is fixed here and the physical version might hold its value in the future. There's a lot of discourse online between the original and the remaster since the newer version contains a ton of bugs and weird lighting issues. All I'm saying is avoid the Switch version at all costs. Also, don't pay $40 for this collection, try to wait for a sale. Jumping back into Life is Strange 2015 was surreal. Not counting Captain Spirit or the remastered collection, we've had 4 Life is Strange sequels, and I still remember how each one of them felt. Before the Storm was a nice way to flesh out Rachel Amber and Chloe's relationship. Life is Strange 2 was all over the place due to the release schedule, making the overall experience not that great in my opinion. True Colors was a safe entry that didn't do anything crazy, and Double Exposure was risky by trying to incorporate both endings into the overall narrative, which pissed off a lot of Pricefield fans. Life is Strange 2015 remains the best in the series because of its strong narrative. Throughout the 5 episodes, your main goal is to find Rachel Amber and what happened to her. We are never taken on the straight path, and the game continues to surprise the player. While the first episode plays it safe and familiarizing Max into her hometown again, her new school life, and rekindling her friendship with Chloe, episode 2 shows what Max's powers and actions can truly do. Between rewinding time and picking the best choices for your playthrough, Kate has been getting bullied and Max is seemingly her only friend that's looking out for her. So when Kate jumps off the roof to commit suicide, you need to remember who she is and pick wisely since your rewind power is temporarily out of commission. Also, hopefully you've been helping her out, like erasing the URL in the bathroom and answering her phone calls, because those things matter in this pivotal sequence. It's probably the biggest moment fans remember the most. Another key scene is when Max discovers she can go back in time through a photo. She travels back to the day where Chloe's dad, William, was going to pick up Joyce from work, but gets into a car accident, changing Chloe's life forever. Even though you save William, Chloe would later get into a car accident, paralyzing her from the neck down. I was straight up freaking out during my replay because I completely forgot this plot twist. It's one of the best parts of the narrative as it shows the effects Max has on changing the past. Lastly, the whole mystery behind Rachel Amber. The whodunit angle works because as Max and Chloe discover more evidence, so do we. The reveal of Mark Jefferson pulling the strings was convincing and still a great twist. I remember texting my best friend Damien as soon as this happened because I didn't see it coming. Also, he's the one that told me about this series to, check it out and everything, so shout out to him. Jefferson's intent becomes more clear as you spend time in the dark room with him. It's uncomfortable and disgusting to see how he switches his tone of voice. I like the rewind sequence here where you help David take down Jefferson from your chair. Telling David the truth about Chloe's death makes him kill Jefferson, which is probably a fair punishment for him. You also see how Jefferson used Nathan as a decoy and abused his power, status, and money to sneak in the shadows. You almost feel bad for Nathan by the end of the game, especially when you listen to the voice message he left after he died. The ending of choosing between Arcadia Bay or Chloe is very iconic for the franchise. Fans over the years have become more attached to the Pricefield ship, which is why things like the comic books exist. I did intend to save Chloe during this playthrough, but after seeing how many people die at the hands of Mark Jefferson and more bodies will follow due to the storm, I couldn't do that. Chloe does have an amazing final speech to Max before you make the final decision, making the argument of keeping her alive more compelling. Life is Strange 2015 is the best in its storytelling and how decisions pile on top of each other. Trying to rewind time to change certain outcomes was never going to be a fulfilling way to live life. Max was trying to do the right thing by saving Chloe, but it nearly caused everyone to die by the hands of Mark Jefferson, including Chloe. Everything happens for a reason, even the bad and terrible moments, but it all leads us along the path we're walking towards one way or another. Gameplay might appear to be standard graphic adventure affair. You have certain areas you'll explore like Blackwell Academy or Arcadia Bay with characters and objects to interact with. The reason why Life is Strange 2015 stands above its sequels is how many interactable objects there are. From the large cast of side characters to the many posters you see in the hallways, nearly everything brings up a prompt for Max to activate. Compared to Double Exposure, the cast is smaller, and although it takes place in a university, there's not as many objects to interact with. The power to rewind time also helps in building relationships with your peers. For example, you learn new information about Taylor's mom, which makes Taylor act nicer to you when you bring it up. It's small things like this that makes rewinding time such a fun power. It's not just about picking the correct choices during your playthrough, since you can see both sides of the coin. It makes interacting and developing characters more interesting. You can easily skip over talking to side characters or interacting with every object, but that ruins the world building. The game wants you to take your time and look through everything in each area. I don't think I did that during my first playthrough, which caused me to miss out on specific moments between characters, which is why I'm glad when I went back into it, I took my time here. There's still plenty of photo ops and collectibles I missed out on, but the journey was still fulfilling. The puzzle solving in this entry is the best. It can be small things that prevent you from making progress or inserting yourself into the principal's office after blowing up the lock. Rewinding time with every single puzzle is unique and will have you turning your head at certain moments.
It's odd that no Life is Strange title has surpassed the original. While there are bits of each sequel I enjoy, none of them are as perfect as the 2015 game. The reveals, the overall narrative structure, the engaging gameplay mechanic, and puzzles, none of them quite hit the same heights as they do here. Revisiting Life is Strange 2015 was a blast and brought me back to the days where I can binge a 12 to 14 hour game in one sitting. Strong stories are the reason why I play video games, and Life is Strange remains as one of the best to ever do it. Sure, the dialogue is corny and cheesy teenager stuff, but I think everyone can get a kick out of the game's narrative no matter how old you are. There's some pretty heavy topics here that are worth discussing. I can't believe the original game is now 10 years old. Let's hope the next Life is Strange game is able to achieve the same heights as this one did. And yeah, that is it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want more videos like this, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I put new videos up on Saturdays. Follow me on social media at TV Sonic Gaming. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, pretty much everything. And you can check out my podcast called the Travis and Damien Podcast, talk about games, movies, and anime every other week. And yeah, That's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video once again, and I'll see you guys next time with more videos.